really good job to come back. What adjustments were you able to make from the first few minutes of the game when Christian Press scored to being able to hold them for the rest of the match?
Well, I think that Chicago had a great game plan. They came out and executed in those first few minutes. And obviously our back line from then on had to be aware of the long ball. And credit to their team and Kristen for making those runs. She's very sneaky with the back of the shoulder runs where the whole entire line has to drop and be aware of where she was. And I think after those first 2 goals, we decided to kind of focus on that and make sure that we're applying pressure so that long ball doesn't get sent. And if we can't get there, we need to make sure we're dropping off. So I thought we did a better job with that in the second half, and I'm very proud of the team's effort to come back and get a point on the road.
In terms of playing a 3-player back line, do you think that that contributes to, if you guys aren't on your game, maybe having more holes? And do you think that it's something that you guys will just keep learning or growing?
Honestly, I think it's just people coming out and executing. So we just have to execute as a team. I mean, if you play a 4-back, goals can still be scored. So I don't think it's so much our formation, but how we adjust and how we read other teams and executing our game plan.
How are you doing? Obviously, you had a concussion. We weren't sure whether you were going to play or not. How was that recovery?
It was good. I mean, I think that, we took a day off and kind of worked myself back into it that week following the game. And so I felt confident. I felt great, passed all the tests, and was cleared. So I was glad I could play.
Paul mentioned obviously Taylor started, and he mentioned that there's going to be more amateur players coming in to line up in the weeks to come, especially now the U.S. national team players are gone. What's that like, adjusting to having those players actually coming in and playing?
Well, I think, the point of them being here since the very beginning and since, we were starting to be interviewed in preseason was that we're a whole team and we're getting everybody on board and we need every single person. And I think that really comes into play right now. And honestly, I think Taylor did a great job. She got a few opportunities. I know one of her shots was cleared off the line. So, they're quality players, and we're going to need everybody for these next coming games.
And you kind of have taken over the role as captain for the most part, and coming back this year, just leading that back line. What's that been like for you?
My teammates make it easy for me. I think that we have a lot of leaders on the team that are able to wear that band, and I'm honored to do that. But I think I have so much help that it really makes the job easy.
And you obviously weren't here last year, but sometimes the performances on the road, when it got bad, it got a little bit ugly, like when they went to Boston and certain games like that. What does it say about the team's ability to have the resilience to come back? And
I think that was something that was reinforced day one. Just, grit and grinding things out, blue-collar team. I know that Paul always says that, and he really reinforced that for us. And at halftime, he's like, I believe that you can come back, and you're just going to have to grit it out, and that's exactly what we did.